Hey everybody, welcome to another review. I know I'm getting 2 reviews out for this weekend, so how exciting, right? Let me move my virtual machine around here. Okay, so I did a review last night on Kaspersky with a different virtual machine that I was trying out, and it went good, but at the same time there was a lot of malware that just didn't want to run. So I went back to my VMware here. The one we're going to try tonight is FortiClient, F-O-R-T-I client. Which most people don't know about them because unless you're in the IT field or anything, their main thing is unified threat management and security consoles, that type of stuff. They're more into protecting networks, big networks and things like that. But they also make a free antivirus, I guess you want to call it, maybe a security for the home user, for endpoint, and you can download it, install it, and use it. So this one is 5.2. So they make one for Windows, they make one for OS X, and they make one for iOS and Android. So it's, iOS got some web filtering and that type of stuff in there. Android, it's got SSL and antivirus, and same thing for OS X and Windows, but we're going to test the Windows one. So I installed it. It can run either by itself, like we have it here, or with one of their endpoint security solutions. So I'll show you they're actually called Fortinet. They're UTM firewalls. And if you go to their main website, you'll see that they offer all sorts of services. You can see there's their UTMs, Unified Threat Management. They offer a lot of stuff, but nothing is really for the home user. It's mostly for corporate. But like I said, they do offer the endpoint management here. So we'll open it up. It has an antivirus, which you can disable, enable. It says file-based malware attacks, malicious websites, phishing, and spam URLs. It's got a web security here. And if you turn off the web security, in the sense of you turn off the like adult content and stuff, it'll still block malware without blocking anything else, but you can block these individually. If you select one and you right click on it. Okay, well, I was able to do it before. Maybe it needs, there we go, it needs elevated privileges. So now if you select one and you right click on it, you can allow, block, warn, monitor, things like that, or you can select multiple ones and change all at once. But if you turn this off, you won't get the malware blocking. So I just turned, just to let everything through, minus the malware blocking. But you can do it by categories, whatever you want. Exclusion lists. You can enable safe search, search engines, safe search. You do a YouTube filter, any violations that have happened. If you click on about, this is the only place I could see where it looks like there's no update button. I think it just constantly does it in the background. So you can see anti-rootkit, antivirus. Then you have remote access for VPN. You can register, but there's no gate available, so it doesn't matter. And that's it, really. It's pretty simple. If we look at the task manager here, it's got a lot of processes, but none of them really take up that much. So you have your web filter, your system tray, your system helper, SSL, scheduler, real-time antivirus 46 megs, proxy, network access, logging, and application data. So these are the processes. Put together is 75 megs, something like that, 75, 80 megs. So it's not that bad. The system seems a little slower, but it's not too sluggish. So if anybody's, the reason I wanted to test these guys out is one, that they offered the free solution for multiple systems, and second is that they have some of the best detection. I'm trying to remember. Give me one sec here and I'll find it so you can see what I'm talking about. Alright, there we go. Now I found it. It was from Virus Bulletin. They have these VB100. It's called the RAP results, and what they have is an XY graph, proactive detection and reactive detection. Okay, and if you look, kind of hard to see, but there's Fortinet right here. So pretty high up at the top. Bitdefender is like right here. Kind of hard to see when you're, unless you are able to zoom in on it. But you can see, you know, Kaspersky AV, ESET, Norman, Kaspersky SOS, MCsoft. This is for June to December 2014 on Windows 7 64-bit. There's GData, AVG, Quiho, Avira, all the different ones. But there's Fortinet right here, so it's between 95 and 100 on reactive and on about 85% on proactive. So just want to show you that they're always real high here. So let's see how they do. So first off, we'll start out with links, and let's see, I want to get Process Explorer. Just give me 1 second here while I get that set up. Okay, so I got Process Explorer running here. A lot of these, so you can see a scheduler, it can't find these files. Search filter host, search protocol host, you can't find anything. It's because it's access denied, and I think that these are files that are associated with FortiClient. Let's just see, all these are 40, 40, 40, 40. So you can see that there's a lot of files here that it won't let you see, like FortiClient helper, so, or files that it might be protecting. I don't know. You can see a lot of these have access denied. See right there. But anyway, this is just to see anything new. So let's open up Internet Explorer here. I have some links fresh. I just got them. Let it go. There we go. I just got these links maybe like 10 minutes ago. So it should be as good as they're going to get. Okay, so that one got by their web protection. See what happens when I run it. It's 20 megs and it's going real slow. Oh, that reminds me. Let me turn on my proxy. Alright, so I'm gonna have to blip out my IP address there for the video, but I got the proxy running just in case. Okay, so we'll run the file. We'll let that download in the background. Okay, that one was blocked. A security risk malicious website. Okay. That one was also blocked. These have very low detection, by the way. None of them are more than 10, 15 at the worst case scenario on virus total. So that's pretty impressive. Now I would expect this to be good because they make a web gateway, you know, unified threat management, so their web protection better be good. That one was blocked. Oh, there we go. That one was also blocked. one was blocked. Let's go back to home here. We only got one so far to go through. Blocked. Nope, looks like that one went through. Alright, so we'll let that one download. Okay, we'll let that, oh, that one's 1.29 gigs. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. It's probably some kind of adware or something. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and download that much. Okay, finally one that's a little bit more manageable. Alright, so let's run it. Okay, it's running. The only thing I don't see is I don't know if they have any protection against 0-day malware. It doesn't show anything. So now this one is unknown to VirusTotal, so I hope they did submit it. I hope it submits it automatically, but probably not. It just checks the hash, and if it doesn't find it, then it goes, well, I guess that's it. Let's see if I can submit it. Okay, so it was temporary internet files, all one. It's not here anymore. Interesting. It's probably either not there or it's hidden. Yeah, see, there it is. So let's submit that one to VirusTotal and check it out. Yeah, well, of course it won't let me do that. Won't let me copy and paste while the other ones are still downloading. Users, yeah. App data, I think it's local, yeah. Local, Microsoft, oh, Windows. I'm the right one, aren't I? The local, Microsoft, Windows. Yep. Users, app data, local, Microsoft, Windows. Interesting. Well, let's try a different way here. While those things are still downloading, let me copy this thing, paste it on the desktop. This should make life a little easier. Oh, there it is. So this is a file that VirusTotal, apparently, according to this one, has never seen. Yep, and it looks like they've never seen it. Alright, so let's run this thing. So this is Y57 something N. So it looks like VirusTotal has seen this one, but I have nothing from FortiClient, nothing popped up. Only two things identified it. Komodo and Symantec. Application 132 install, core, Hayos, and reputation. Nobody else identifies this one yet, at least with signatures. And you can see right now it's still scanning the other one. This is the last one. Some kind of possibly adware or something like that. I'm not gonna run it. I'm just gonna let it stay closed in the background. So only two. McAfee behaves, it's still scanning. I think it's got one more engine to scan. Behaves, obfuscated, and BKV packed, and that's it. So you can see these are really new. So all antivirus finished analysis, so 56 is all it scanned, so one of them didn't scan it for some reason. Do we have one with a gray? Yeah. Komodo's still scanning. It timed out. Okay. So that's that for those. So that one's running, the other one is closed. Let me delete this one off of the desktop here. Okay. So you can see it did pretty well at blocking links, except it doesn't look like it has any 0-day capability. So next thing we're going to try here is how does it do scanning files. So what I have here is the same viruses that I used last night to make the review for Kaspersky. So I'm disabling the antivirus. I'm going to take these, drop them on the desktop, let them unpack. Should be fairly quick. See, there's their FortiNet, one of their devices, their boxes. So I don't know how I said that proactive it did well, because it might be just because we don't have the full suite, and there might be other modules, but we're testing the free version today. Where to go? Yeah. Okay. Anybody see it? Okay, let's try that again. Let me pause while this is unpacking. Okay, so it finally unpacked. I don't know why it didn't that first time. So we have same thing, 1,418 files, same file as last night. So I'm going to right click, scan, and we'll show details here. Let's see what it does here. Seems like it takes a little bit for the scanning to start. Okay, there you go. Now it's scanning. Okay, so it's scanning, you can see, and it looks like it's quarantining all at the same time. So that's interesting. So I'll let it scan and quarantine, I guess, and I'll be back. Alright, so it's done scanning. Took about 5 minutes, so it's not too bad. It says it scanned 1,418 files, which is exactly what we had, and it says it found 1,417 files that were infected and in quarantine. So let's see if that's true or not. Let's right click here, and that is true. It left over one file. So that's pretty interesting. That's really good. I've rarely see anything work that well. So let's do our percentage. It's going to be 99 point something. So 1,417 divided by 1,418, 99.93%. That's pretty good. So let's re-enable the protection. I did notice one thing while playing with this. This is the quarantine files, right? and it lets you select and delete, but you can only delete one at a time. I don't see another way of selecting. This is to refresh. This is to go to the end. There's 29 pages of files here. And I mean, yes, in real life you won't get 29 pages of files. But it's really annoying that you can only select one at a time. You can click on the name and learn more about that virus if they have any info on it. Looks like they don't have anything on that one. But you can see they have the different virus names and everything on it. And you can see the sites that we went to. If you click on that, it'll open up there, and it'll basically, what you can do is you can check that. You can check it again. Okay, so let's see what happens when we run this file. Let's see, do I have Process Explorer open? No, I don't. That one file, all one, is still running in the background here. So let's run this guy, see what happens. Opens up a window. It ran. And there it is. Now here's oh, that's interesting. Okay. Apparently, Windows Defender, apparently FortiClient doesn't shut off Windows Defender. I don't know if it's compatible or not. I mean, if they don't shut it off, it might be, because it comes standard on, of course, from the factory with Windows. So if you click on it, every other antivirus will shut it off. So can you call this a miss? Yes, I would call it a miss, because their program didn't detect this file. And even though not a lot of programs do, it's 10 out of, what is it, 10 out of 54. So you can see who detects it. Not a lot of programs do, but Microsoft detects it. Adware generic, Bitdefender, so Bitdefender engine detects this one. But let's see if this works. Let's see what happens if I click that. That's kind of interesting that they don't shut off Windows Defender. Maybe they've made it work with it so you can get layered security. I mean, here's a perfect example of one file that it didn't find that Windows Defender did find. So that's pretty interesting. So let me pause here and I'll wait for this thing to finish whatever it's doing. Oh, no, looks like it did it. Do you want to restart? Yeah, no, I don't want to restart. I wonder what they have here. Options. Well, it looks like everything is technically still there. So it looks like they did not touch Windows Defender at all. That's interesting. Okay. So let's see, we'll close that up. This is gone now. So let's reboot, see what comes back, and then we'll do a full scan with FortiClient on the system. See if it finds anything else, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so came back here and I'm greeted by this window. It says, do I want to run this file? It looks like the file didn't actually start again, and it's asking me if I want to run it. So what happens if I click cancel? Well, it might not run. That's interesting. It didn't. The auto run feature didn't work on that file if it had one. I wonder if they use their own signatures or who they use. I kind of did a little bit of exploring inside of the program. Maybe somebody can answer this on the comments below this. If anybody knows specifically, I haven't really looked into it, but I dug into their DLLs a little bit and into their virus signatures, and I couldn't really tell whose they're using, if they're using anybody's, or maybe they're using their own. can't tell. So if anybody knows, okay, so it's doing, I don't want a quick scan. I'm going to do a full system scan here. Maybe I should just do a quick scan. So it looks like the hard drive's going in a little bit wacko insane right now. So I'll pause, I'll do a quick scan, just a quick scan, and then I'll be back with the results. Alright, so while trying to run CyberGhost here, it keeps saying connection will refuse when attempting to connect to a proxy server you have configured. So I opened up internet settings, and you can see that our home page has been changed. And let's see. And there was a proxy server set for some reason. Let's also check network. Alright, anyway, so I got that fixed. I got the proxy fixed for some reason, and I fixed the home page. The proxy was clicked on, but nothing was entered in there. But if you don't know what you're doing on how to reset the proxy server in your home page, you've got a redirected home page and a internet that doesn't work because of the proxy server change. So that's kind of disappointing to see. But anyway, we'll let this scan and I'll be back. Okay, so FortiClient finished its scan here. Didn't find anything. So let's delete that. Let's delete that. And let's do the testing like I used to do it. We'll run CCleaner here and delete all temporary files. This was something I used to do to give applications a fair chance. This is something that you really should do anyway. So let's run Malwarebytes, and I don't think I installed Hitman Pro. I thought I did. Oh, that's disappointing. So we'll make sure it's fully updated. We'll do a scan, and I'll be back. Alright everybody, so I'm back here. Did a scan with Hitman Pro, didn't find anything other than the 2 LAN repair files that I got. Did a scan with Panda Cloud Cleaner, and it actually identified some false positives here, and identified Komodo Cleaning Essentials EXE and Komodo Cleaning Essentials DLL as a adware fake antivirus, which I find funny, and it identified Chameleon part of Malwarebytes, if you can't launch regular Malwarebytes, as Trojan agent. So that's funny. Yeah. And Malwarebytes anti-malware didn't identify anything. So that's all pretty interesting. We'll run one more here with Norton Power Racer, see if we can find these, if these are anything to actually worth looking at, and we'll see. Alright, so I'm back. Did a scan with Norton Power Racer, and it didn't find anything. It did find an old version of Java, which we know is installed. So, in the end, how did FortiClient do? It did really well for signature detection. Because it worked really well detecting viruses and everything like that it has signatures for. But at least in this style of the program, the way it is right now, it almost looks like it has no zero-day protection. So maybe if you pair it up with their FortiGate or something like that, where it uses their other, their UTM appliance or something, it would give you more protection from zero-day. But right now, the way it stands, it's basically just an antivirus with some web scanning, and that's it. So maybe if you paired it with something else, it definitely worked pretty well, but it didn't do bad at all. So hope you guys enjoyed this review. I kept it to as close to 30 minutes as I could, and that's good. Everybody take care and have a good day.